great to be back in New York.
#1 fan.
I've shot in New York for many, many years. We did a show called Broad City there. I don't remember it being quite so loud. There was this jackhammer.
Shooting in New York was so different. It was beautiful there. We had a good time. You guys had to carry all that stuff. I felt so bad. Of course, I'm carrying nothing. I love the fact that I'm not carrying anything.
Yeah. Well, I might as well have your purse, too. Carrying the weight of the world, Deb.
The gang crosses the street toward the entrance of Madison Square Garden.
We pitched the show as the redemption story for Deborah Vance, and so we always knew that the course of the show would be her defining her legacy and defining how she's seen in the eyes of the public.
Deborah likes to have goals, but there's so many different things you would have to do to be able to sell out MSG. For one, be booked at MSG.
I don't think you're right for MSG.
This isn't going to be just a stand-up show. This is bigger than just me.
They realize that to book MSG, that they're going to need to get the Little Debbies involved.
I think you're underestimating the Little Debbies, Deborah's fans. They're rabid. You know, one was once on my roof. You have to taste them sometimes.
Yeah, I gotta take it.
You gotta taste it. just to get.
Deborah's car arrives at the talent entrance.
Damien finds an autograph convention where she could find her people.
A lot of the vendors in the background is a lot of actual people that work the conventions and sell merch or sign scripts.
Hello. We made you something to say thank you.
That's beautiful. It's beautiful.
We knew that for Deborah Vance to want to take advice from a person, you'd need to have like somebody who could really deliver on the gravitas, but also who would be willing to look a little crazy. And so when Anne was willing to do it and she was a fan of the show, it was so cool.
She's such a pro, and she's so nice, and she's so funny. It's just funny when you see someone like that with her little antenna and her blue makeup having a serious conversation.
They support us, we show up for them. That's the frickin' deal, Mama.
Jimmy is so nervous. It's finally his turn to meet Renee O'Connor.
Do you know it was actually the fans that saw Xena as a guest character on Hercules, and they were so enthusiastic that they actually helped get the spin-off series made.
We always love making sure that we explain a little bit of why Jimmy works so hard for his clients. And I think when you see him being a fan as well, kind of helps explain why his clients matter so much to him.
I'm Renee.
I'm Renee. You're Renee. You're Renee.
I'm Renee.
You're Renee.
I am Renee.
I'm Jimmy.
In an episode about fandom, that's what's been so cool about making the show for 5 years is we've been able to have these people we're such fans of and put them in the show. We saw Robbie do stand-up half a decade ago now.
Coffee birthday girl?
Anna Hilkes is also somebody we've been a fan of for a really long time, and so that was really cool to finally get to work with her.
Alyssa Lamperis. We've loved her characters and her videos, and so to find just the perfect part for her.
Let's body. Come on.
And that honestly is the story of season 5. Stories we've wanted to tell. People we've been wanting to work with, finally finding a place for them in a way that culminates throughout the season.
We're going to MSG.
Here we go.
Deborah, Ava, and Damien return home from the convention. As the door opens,
Did you only throw me this party because you feel bad about what you said on the boat in Singapore?
I think she was in some ways being deliberately hurtful. You're 29 years old, and I'm your only friend. Isn't that weird? I think she knew that she was spiraling and wanted Ava to leave. And also, too, because she knows that Ava is really her only friend.
You kind of are my only friend. What hurt me was that you said it was weird, because I don't think it is.
Neither do I.
I love that moment because it's really hard in a 5th season, A, to give your audience new information about a character that they've lived with for so long, but also to give the other characters in the show information. It is a really big admission for Deborah to say, you're my best friend.
Both of our characters are constantly like looking for the other to be completely honest, regardless of the cost.
They've gotten to a place where they can now have as healthy a version as possible of a friendship, working relationship, landlord-tenant,
Wake up!
mentor-mentee.
And other stuff happens.
Another stuff.
Yeah.
It's a real full circle season.